What's the deal? Alrighty, you guys. So we're back at it with another episode for the Urban Assault Podcast.
You're witnessing U.A.P. episode number 4.
Yup, and we got another special topic for you guys. It's about Marvel. Some new trailers just dropped, so we're excited to talk about them. If you guys have any comments, drop them down below. Please like and subscribe if you guys want to join us for some more conversation on movies, music, rollerblading, and check out us on the Urban, Assaulting the Urban. So let's jump right in.
We're gonna
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. Yeah, we're talking about Thunderbolts first. Even since the first trailer, I was pretty excited. But with each trailer that keeps coming out, I just keep getting more excited. Thunderbolts just looks like an amazing movie so far. I'm pretty excited to see Sentry. He looks pretty cool. And if you don't know who Sentry is, go check out Variant Comics. He'll throw you the lowdown on all that stuff.
And he's the one who got me kind of hyped for Sentry. I didn't know who he was. I'm about to go check out the Variant after this, but he's supposed to be the big bad in this next movie. It looks good. I hope they set up Thunderbolt Ross to come back, you know?
Yeah, because, I mean, Thunderbolts is named after Thunderbolt Ross. Like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in the comics, he actually starts that group.
I would think it's kind of implied.
Which is cool because they got, I like homegirl who's, like, putting them all together. She seems like a Thunderbolt Ross type of character too.
Right.
She's really cool.
Like a government official.
Yeah, I forget what her name is. Sorry, but we keep calling her Elaine because she was from Seinfeld.
Yeah, that's Elaine.
Yeah, that's Elaine.
Yeah. Hopefully they go and break Thunderbolt out of prison, or she figures out a way to get him on parole. Something like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, if later on they bring him in, but even with or without him, I think they're gonna be cool. Either way, regardless.
Right.
That whole cast looks cool. I think
the Red
Guardian. He makes that group, dude. He's funny.
For sure. Bucky's always cool to see. What is it? U.S. Agent, or what's his name? Agent something.
Or is he the Patriot, or what is he?
No, Agent something, and he was done dirty in Falcon Winter Soldier, man. They jumped him for no reason, those guys.
Yeah, that was the one show I haven't watched. Johnny Man's been giving me shit because I watched all the other ones. I watched Agatha All Along. I watched Miss Marvel. I watched the Marvels movie. And Johnny Man hasn't seen none of those, you know, so.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. I haven't seen the Hawkeye, the new Hawkeye show. I haven't seen the Marvels. I haven't seen the new Daredevil season, and what else? And I haven't seen Secret Invasion. But other than that, I'm pretty caught up. I haven't watched any of the new.
Well, that's a cool thing about Marvel. Like, you should catch up on what you can, and if there's stuff you don't like, that's alright. There's a bunch of stuff that you will like.
And you can always catch it later when it becomes relevant in the main continuity.
Right. Like, I gotta go back and watch Winter Soldier and Falcon because I already watched Captain America 4, and Thunderbolts is coming out, so I really need to catch up on that.
I liked Falcon Winter Soldier. For it, I mean, the bad guy could have been a little bit more memorable.
Mm-hmm.
But the agent was cool, man.
Yeah, he was cool, dude.
Yeah, they did him. They did him good. I guess his homie was. We're about to get into that.
And it's cool, right? Because you get to see all the guys who got to put on the Captain America suit, you know, and nobody's gonna be Steve Rogers, nobody.
And that's the thing.
You know,
that's
but it's cool to see. Like what happened in the comics after him, that there was other Captain Americas, you know, and that's cool. I'm enjoying that, really.
And people are upset that Bucky isn't getting the shield, but he's not as pure, you know. You need a pure soul behind that shield, which is why the agent, like, he's a good dude, but he wasn't that pure soul that needed to be behind the shield, you know. That's why he ended up killing that fool. And everybody tripped out. You can't be killing dudes as Captain America like that.
And Falcon's badass, and he's got a pure heart. You know,
yeah, he's a pure dude.
He's a pure dude.
And him becoming Captain America just gave his character so much more, like oomph to it.
Yeah,
You know?
and he was already a badass character. And if you don't think he was a badass character, you're lying.
I
Because
think now.
I thought Falcon was always cool in all the Avenger movies.
Well,
Captain
then
America, he was always really
and
cool.
then now he has his cool suit. I think it's cool that he has his suit and he's not a super soldier because it gives him his own personality. He's not gonna be as overpowered as Captain America, or as Steve Rogers, where Steve Rogers is holding Thanos' hand with the
Right.
gauntlet. Like you won't see Sam Wilson doing that shit.
Right,
You know?
right.
But like that's what's cool. It gives Captain America a new style.
And I like and to
Sam
get away
Wilson is a cool.
and to get away from Captain America and back to Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts is just
And they gave Bucky his own team to lead.
Yeah. And they're a lot grittier than the Avengers. That's
Sure.
what I like. I like that they got a little edge to them. They're a little bit different.
They're not as overpowered.
Black Widow's sister seems to me more like Black Widow than Black Widow did because Scarlett Johansson, she didn't have the Black Widow accent, you know?
And we don't know if that was like her choice for the character or if the director just didn't want her to do it. But
And it's not a big deal because another thing that I like that Marvel's done is they've actually expanded on her lineage. Like now you get a lot of Black Widows, not just her. Like you've got her and then you got the other one in I think she's in Captain America, right? She's she's a widow too.
yeah, true.
So that's what's cool now.
The chick who works for Thunderbolts.
Yes, dude. Yeah, dude.
That was cool.
So
I didn't even remember that. Yeah.
So that's cool. Like they've got a whole lineage now. So that it's not just Black Widow. You got her sister, and then you got all the widows, and that's
They're
pretty
just specially trained assassins. It explains a lot.
I like
for her.
that adding on to the mythology. That was cool.
My only complaint with that was I want to say what was his? I think it's Taskmaster or something. The chick. She's supposed to copy everybody's fighting style, and I thought it was a dude originally. It might be a girl, but he's supposed to have a lot of personality, and they kind of just made him like a zombie.
And they do that a lot with a lot of the villains. Like I think it's the guy in Civil War. Like they didn't even give him his costume or nothing of like what he really looks like in the comic, and that takes away from his character a lot. Like if you would have made him like gave him some of that costume, I think that would have elevated that movie just a little bit more. That movie's already good.
Right.
That movie's already good, but as far as the villain side, it would have made the villain a lot better just by giving that little tweak. Yeah, giving him that purple hood that he's supposed to wear, you know?
Right.
Like, stop dropping the ball on the villains, like...
Well, just that, you know, you guys already go out of your way to make the characters look so good. When you do shorten the stick, we are going to notice that, you know? So, just try and stick, I don't know. That's
follow
my
through.
only
Just
complaint.
follow through.
Yeah.
And then it's just a small tweak.
Even if it's cartoonish, I mean, it's not supposed to look super realistic anyway. You know, I mean, even if you want to update it a little bit, not too much out of its original theme.
But all the Thunderbolts I mean, those characters look cool, dude.
The
That whole team looks
good.
badass. And then Sentry, you know,
I wonder how
Sentry's
they're gonna
gonna
deal
be
with him.
sick, dude. Yeah, dude.
Who are they gonna
that
pull?
trailer got me fired up. Oh, and then you got the Void. You know, that's another part. You guys gotta go figure that shit out for yourself, because I'm not trying to spoil none of this for you.
Well,
you
and
know?
then that's what we're gonna have to. I wonder how they're gonna deal with such.
And
a
it looks
powerful
crazy
dude.
because she looked like, if you see the trailer and you see her walk into the shade, it looks like she's going into the void, like to sacrifice herself, and it looks fucking cool, dude. You're like, I almost started crying just watching that part.
It looks good.
It looks good, man. Thunderbolts looks fucking good. I can't wait to see that movie. That's gonna be a good ass movie.
It's just what's it called? We kind of ranted on Captain America because Bucky.
Well, yeah, and all that's tied to Thunderbolts, right? Captain America 4.
Bucky ties all that in.
Yeah,
and then and Black Widow.
Yeah,
too.
and the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah, that all ties in together. That's the only reason why we kind of went off that way. But you know, there's a lot to say when it comes to Marvel. Like, it's. I think it's exciting. I think Marvel's getting ready to make a comeback.
Yeah, and that's the thing. People are expecting freaking like crazy events one right after the other. I mean, we waited how many movies before we got the first Avengers?
And I'm gonna talk
you
to
got 2 Iron Man movies, Captain America,
right,
Hulk,
right.
Thor. Like you
had a lot of good epic movies
before you even got the first Avengers
and this
movie.
Yeah, and then you have to rebuild the universe. It takes time to rebuild the universe. I mean, Thanos just fucked the whole shit up. Like, that takes time to rebuild.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean.
And how many
then,
movies till we saw Thanos?
Right. And then I'm gonna talk to you from a 41-year-old fan that's been around for a long time. Like I actually got tired of watching superhero movies for a while. I was like, it was oversaturating. You gotta remember, I've been around since fucking the first X-Men movie, the first Spider-Man movie, and from there on it was movies, Daredevil, all these movies constantly, year after year after year. And by the time Thanos came around, I was already exhausted of all the superhero movies. But I did love them, like Endgame, Age of Ultron. We watched all that shit. All that shit was fucking fire.
And people complained that Ultron wasn't more like a robot and that he had human characteristics. But I liked how he kind of mirrored Tony Stark.
And I still had to get used to that. It was a different universe. Like Fox and all those other movies that had came out, they weren't all tied into the MCU. So like Johnny Man and my niece Bella, they're the ones that got me back into Marvel. They're like, you got to start watching Marvel again, because I kind of like started to fall off after Endgame.
Bella's the one who be on this.
She be on this all the time, huh?
Yeah.
And
what Uncle John haven't.
Everybody's talking shit about Phase 4. Phase 4 is what brought me back. To be real, like actually got me super invested again. Because I was already done with superheroes.
I liked Ant-Man.
I liked all that shit. I love Ant-Man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like Ant-Man, all the Ant-Mans more than the new Spider-Man stuff. I'm not really a big fan of the new Spider-Man stuff. That's just me. But maybe I just gotta watch them again. Because when I watch them, I enjoy them. But like Ant-Man for me kicks ass. I fucking love Ant-Man.
I think so. Okay, I'll go on the Spider-Man thing right now. Hold on. Spider-Man to me kind of was very underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie, it really was. Mysterio to me was the best bad guy that they gave us.
Yeah.
Vulture,
I'm not gonna lie. Vulture was cool, dude. I like that one, dude.
I didn't like the modern take on Vulture.
And I did. I did, dude.
I wish he was still like that old dude who, like,
he was bad,
who was cannibalistic, or he stole people's youth.
Yeah,
one of the two. I like him as
you had to modernize it, right?
Nah, cause then he's just like some dude with the jetpack.
Nah, that's Michael Keaton.
That ain't just some dude with it. That's another thing.
That's not just a dude with a jetpack. No,
they wasted Michael Keaton.
Stop.
So,
see, I like that one. I thought that was the best.
The last one with all the Spider-Mans, because of how much A-list actors they had to go and grab, they probably wasted a lot of the budget.
Yeah, and some just gotta be namesakes just for namesakes. Like,
well, and then that's what I was about to say. They wasted a lot of that budget on the actors, where they couldn't even. I feel like it was very rushed.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't.
It's like with Captain America 4. Like, I love Harrison Ford. But it's like you guys. He's already how old? Yes. And you can't even make no more Thunderbolt Ross movies now, because you don't even know if he's gonna be alive for that. Like, that was just to grab him for namesake, and that was kind of dumb.
You could have grabbed a younger dude.
That was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though, seeing Harrison Ford as Red Hulk was cool.
It was cool,
but
just as fan service. But I mean, as for the future, I don't see him being a big part of the future.
Like, how old is he? Why would you get somebody that old to? I mean, Thunderbolt Ross is an older dude, yeah,
and he's a good actor.
But you need somebody that way we can use him again and again.
Yes.
I mean, now how many times are we gonna get to see Red Hulk? Now you can't build off that Captain America 4 if something happens. Like,
yeah. You know, and he's a very old dude. He's been doing this for a long time. He's a good actor. Don't get me wrong. And it was so cool seeing him as the Red Hulk. But he's just they could have gotten somebody a little younger for sure.
Yeah, Phase 4 has really done it for me. Like, Phase 4 brought me back. It really got me.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange was cool.
Loki.
What was her name?
Shang-Chi was good.
America Chavez, she was bad. How she jumps through dimensions and shit, and her jacket, everything, she was bad,
dude. Pretty cool.
I thought that whole freaking I liked Multiverse of Madness. That was a cool movie, and it was kind of scary, dude. I liked that.
Even Spider-Man, for as much as I complained about it, it was a pretty good movie. Mm-hmm. Like, it was a fan service film.
What else was good Phase Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder for me was my favorite one so far. Lady Thor for me did it for me, dude.
True.
The ending for that right there, dude, she was badass.
I do think, what's his name, Gore, or the bad guy, he was very underwhelming.
But he was alright. I think he was.
I think he should have.
Yeah,
but for Thor,
because he's not very memorable, right? Like,
yeah, but for Thor, you should get those like universe, those universe epic battles. You know, where
and I think for me, the whole movie was. I mean, it was all about Lady Thor. She was the baddest thing in that movie.
Yeah, you know she was cool, but
I thought the movie was just great. Like it had like 90s vibes.
It wasn't as bad as people make it
seem. They were rollerblading in there for goodness sakes. Remember,
once you blade,
you never fade.
That's from Thor, all right? That's why Thor is one of the most powerful superheroes.
You know, and then I liked Captain Marvel was Phase 3, huh?
Captain Marvel was.
But I like how they had the 80s vibe in there. That was fucking cool.
That was way before.
It was way before.
But Miss Marvel and that I think is Phase 4.
Yeah.
And the Marvels.
But I was just saying because how Love and Thunder had the 90s vibe. I like how Captain Marvel had the 80s vibe. I thought that was pretty cool, dude.
True.
But yeah, man. What else
Moon Knight
was good. Phase 4
and they better not just use Moon Knight for one season. They better keep making this. Because I haven't seen nothing. I've been kind of doing a little bit of research. Doesn't look like they have anything in the works right now. But they better get that shit moving. You know, because homie is a good actor. And he's committed.
I just don't understand how everybody's shitting like Phase 4. Everybody was shitting on Phase 4 like it was so bad. I thought Phase 4 was pretty good. I didn't think it was that bad. There was a lot of good stuff there, man.
That came out of it.
Yeah.
And even She-Hulk, for as much crap as She-Hulk gets, I think overall it was a good series.
And it's something different,
right?
It was
a different outlook.
It's like you get action movies, and then Multiverse of Madness, you get a little bit of horror, and then with this, you get like a sitcom.
Comics are always cool because like they mix in pop culture and sometimes it's cool when you see a superhero living an ordinary person's life.
Yeah.
And I felt like for She-Hulk, it was cool to see a modern day woman's perspective on things,
on the dating culture and stuff right now. And it was funny.
Yeah, and of course that ain't everybody's experience, but I thought it was a cool outlook on something.
It's like everybody like likes Deadpool so much.
You see Daredevil in the original yellow and red in that.
Yeah,
that was so cool.
Yeah, dude. She-Hulk was funny. It was funny.
I won't complain about She-Hulk at all.
And the thing is, I mean, if everybody wants to shit on She-Hulk, I'm gonna tell you like this. I thought I was always a big Deadpool fan, but Deadpool, like, I mean, you're gonna shit on She-Hulk, but you're gonna think Deadpool's like the greatest thing. Like, I don't think Deadpool's that funny.
Okay, I wouldn't compare those.
I'm probably just hating because I'm a She-Hulk fan.
Because Deadpool was a masterpiece of a movie.
Yeah, see, and I'm not. I'm like, I would rather see more She-Hulk stuff. You know, I mean, everybody likes his him breaking. I think She-Hulk does it better. To be real, breaking the fourth wall. I think she does it better. I think she's way better at breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, see, I won't go that far. But
because she does
it was a good
because
show.
She does it with intention. Him, he just does it just to be funny. You know what I mean? She does it with intention.
No,
she fucks with the writers and shit. Like that shit's funny.
It was cool because it showed how powerful she was to go and control how she wants her show. You know, so. It was cool to show that she was the first fourth wall breaker.
Yeah, I love She-Hulk.
However, man. I do think you can't compare that first She-Hulk to the first Daredevil. You can't do that.
You mean Deadpool?
Or to the first Deadpool.
Oh no, the first Deadpool is a masterpiece. I'm not gonna lie. The first Deadpool's fucking good.
Yeah.
I mean, the Deadpool and Wolverine was good too. You know what I mean?
It was good because of Blade.
I'm just gonna say,
Blade stole the shine for me.
I'm probably just being a hater because everybody hating on She-Hulk, so I'm probably just hating on Deadpool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But Blade, he brought Blade back.
Dude, right? There's only one Blade. Yeah, there's only one Blade. How bad was Blade?
People don't know who they're fucking with. You know?
Yeah, dude. Johnny Man, when he was little, he'd be all Blade 2. He'd be all, put on Blade 2 again, Daddy. Watch that shit over and over again.
That's probably one of the top 3 best superhero movies of all time.
And remember, Blade started this shit.
Blade
started this. I think Blade was before X-Men, dude.
I think Spawn might even predate Blade.
Yeah.
Right? And that's not even a mainstream character.
Yeah, not really, no. But as far as we're talking about like Marvel
Comic
and stuff,
book
as
and-
far as Marvel,
Yes, Blade is
Blade
the
is
man.
the first one. I think Blade came out before X-Men.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Blade came out before X-Men, dude. That was
True.
the one that
And
kicked off this whole shit.
Freaking Wesley.
Blade kicked off this whole
and
shit.
it's cool
dude.
because Ryan Reynolds made sure to show Wesley Snipes all the love. But that was a big old tangent
She-Hulk.
from Thunderbolts.
Who else was good in Phase 4?
Phase 4 was all good. I won't shit on it. Like I said, I haven't finished it. I haven't
where
watched
it came out in
Secret
Phase 4
Invasion.
that I really liked. I'm trying to think of what other movies came out. That was it so far, huh?
I said Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi was good too. That was another one that was badass. I mean, I love that one. When I see that had a lot of action. That's what I'm saying.
What Ifs were good.
Yeah, dude.
I only seen the first season.
I haven't watched What If. I haven't watched.
It was
What
good.
If. But I like how a lot of them have a different vibe, right? Like some of them are action, some of them like, and that wasn't even action. That was a kung fu movie. You got a kung fu movie, and then you got action movies, and then you got a little bit of horror with the Multiverse of Madness. Then you get the sitcom from She-Hulk. It's good to have variety.
You get the comedy from Thor.
You know, I think
and Thor has always been more of a funny character.
Thor was good, dude.
Like Thor is kind of serious, but
and
he is
that's
goofy.
kind of a love story
people
too,
don't
Love and
even-
Thunder. You know,
When they try to make Thor serious in the second movie, people didn't like the Dark Elf stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And what do you
people
mean?
were shitting on the
That's another
second
thing.
Thor movie.
Me and Johnny Man are always saying people are always that was a good movie. Yeah,
I liked the second Thor movie,
and I liked him serious. But people say that like why they don't like it when he's goofy, bro.
Thor is kind
he's
of a
always
funny
been
guy.
funny. Like even when we watched because before all the MCU came out, we watched the animated movies.
Oh, yeah, from Lionsgate.
And Thor was badass in there. Andy was funny.
Yeah, he was. He was. He'd make jokes and stuff. He's always been a funny dude.
Yeah, those animated movies were fucking good.
Shout out to Lionsgate. And Marvel has started to realize that the real money is in the animated stuff. Like that's where you
look at X-Men '97 because you can stay true to the content. Yeah, dude.
And what's it called?
X-Men '97.
X-Men '97 was fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. That was insane.
And it takes a lot of anime influence. You could tell. Like a lot of the newer animators.
Phase 4 kicked ass, bro. I don't care what anybody says.
I haven't watched the new Spider-Man, but I've heard nothing but great things. It was supposed to be a Tom Holland origin story, which I think would have been a lot better. I would have been a lot more interested. For that, you could have just continued the old Spider-Man. But
yeah,
I don't know. I'll see. I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna give it its
I don't
due.
know if I like this. I don't know. I like it sometimes, and sometimes I don't like it. Like it's cool. Tony Stark gives him his suit and everything, but
I think that's cool. I think Avengers Spider-Man is cool. His solo movies haven't been as cool to me. Like I said, except for Mysterio.
Yeah.
Mysterio, the second one, that's a masterpiece of a movie.
All right. Well,
I love the second one.
I think we're done with Phase 4.
I can watch that movie on shrooms.
And Thunderbolts. So we got what we had to say about Phase 4 out of the way. And Thunderbolts, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about what we think is gonna bring
the future, so more or less.
The future of Marvel and what's gonna probably put Marvel back on top. I mean, Superman's gonna have to bring it. He's gonna have to bring it to deal with this shit.
I get heartbroken talking about Superman because of
the way they shitted on Henry Cavill Superman.
And I think Man of Steel is as good as you're gonna get of a Superman.
That's true, dude. And then they didn't even give us another one. We're not even talking about that though. The only reason why I brought it up is because Superman's going head to head with Fantastic Four, dude.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. That's gonna be insane.
So Fantastic Four, that's our next topic right now.
That trailer looked amazing, dude.
I watched it the first time. The first trailer I watched, I was so stoked, right? And then I watched that second trailer. And I am so hyped, right?
Yeah.
And then I see the female Silver Surfer. And I'm not like trying to hate or nothing. It's just like
when I
was a little kid, that the Rise of the Silver Surfer came out, and I just remember him being such a cool character. So seeing the change up, I'm not gonna hate on it. It's not the worst thing they could do. As far as everything looks, I'm trusting their vision.
And Galactus has a bunch of heralds. Like Norrin Rad is not the only one.
Yes, but
there is another female one too.
I know she has fire powers, but it wouldn't look right seeing the Human Torch.
Oh, that's why. That's why.
Fire chick.
That's true, huh?
Yeah, it wouldn't look good. So I can see why.
And it's a multiverse, right? In that verse.
Yeah.
That's why you don't have Norrin Rad. That's probably in that universe. That's why you have her.
And that's what's cool. Disney's finding a way to keep everything fresh.
Yeah, I thought it was fucking cool. I didn't have a problem with it. And I love Norrin Rad. I'm a big Silver Surfer fan. I was there when the animated Silver Surfer was out. I watched that as a kid.
It's like, I'm going to keep nitpicking at Spider-Man, but Spider-Man is not the original Spider-Man that we're used to.
Right. It's a
whole different thing. It's a new take on everything. So with the Fantastic Four, I'm not gonna hate on it.
Yeah.
It's a new take on the things. It looks good so far. I think the Fantastic Four is their oldest characters by far.
It's like what Snow White was to Disney.
It's gonna be hard to bring them back with all these sorcerers and all these high level.
Yeah, that's what Fantastic Four is to Marvel. That's the first family.
Yes, so they gotta nail this out of the park. And I think they understand that.
Yeah, they ain't gonna fuck up like Disney did with Snow White.
Yes, well, I think it's Kevin Feige. He knows like. This is do or die right
because he's an actual fan of the shit.
I wish we would have gotten a new Doom where he got to have this whole ego battle with Reed. Not that Reed participates, but he how they're always at odds with each other for who's the smartest.
I'm pretty excited to see what's gonna happen.
I did want to see a new Doctor Doom.
I did too
with Reed, but. They're gonna jump into Galactus in the first movie is a pretty bold move.
RDJ though, I don't doubt that guy's abilities at all. At all.
No.
So I'm pretty. At first I was like, but then I'm pretty curious. I think it's gonna be good, to be real.
We shall see. But like I said, it's a bold choice for them to jump into Galactus so early without introducing the team.
Fantastic Four, I was excited as soon as they announced it. All the things that kept coming out, I was like, all right, cool. I'm all right. I'm kind of on board. I didn't think Reed looked like Reed, but I'm over that now, and I actually like him as Reed. And I'm starting to.
You just kind of have to find somebody who looks smart.
I'm getting over it now. Like even the Thing's voice and that, like little tweaks like that don't bother me.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. Those are little things that we can kind of get over.
And the thing is, like I said, I was excited.
They better make her a badass. That's all I gotta say.
She's gonna be bad, bro. Invisible Woman's gonna be bad.
No, I'm talking about the female Silver Surfer.
Okay. No, but Invisible Woman.
Because I think she's gonna be what's his name? The original Silver Surfer?
Norrin Rad.
Norrin Rad. It's his love interest, right?
I think so.
She's gonna be the Silver Surfer.
Well, and that's another thing, right? They might bring.
So it's a multiverse aspect, and I could respect it now because they're just changing it all up now. They're like, bruh. It's a multiverse. It's not going to be the same adaptation every time.
And I was excited.
So it explains a lot. I won't hate on the change as long as they execute it properly.
Well,
and from the trailers, they're doing their job for sure.
Yeah, they are.
You see the Thing blasting through the city, just running. Oh my gosh, he's the coolest. And you know what? Johnny Storm is always cool to see for sure. But the Thing, now that they have the effects for him.
Yes, he looked cool, dude.
With this suit,
running through the pillars like that.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh man, he looks sick, dude. I'm so excited to have the Thing back, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
And then hopefully for Secret Wars we get to see him fight Hulk.
So I want to get back to what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is I got super excited about all this stuff coming out. Then I started losing excitement because of all the negativity. Everybody's all about this modern audience shit. And that's true because usually when they start saying modern audience, it's not a good sign. They usually start fucking with shit because of cultural bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
No, if you want to go with the creative change, that's cool.
Marvel usually does pretty good. They usually
Kevin Feige hasn't failed us yet.
After seeing the trailer, like all those things went out the window. All my concerns went out the window because the trailer looks fucking amazing.
And for how many... You go through that complete MCU timeline, there's like 80 projects. You're bound to have one or two stinkers.
Yeah.
Not everyone's gonna
And
be.
I'm on the fence.
Not
Like,
everything's gonna be a Captain America origin story.
some things are good, right? Like some modern changes are good, and sometimes they're horrendous.
Yes.
I would say it's like maybe 60% horrendous as far as Marvel's concerned. It could be like,
It depends where they're coming at it from. If they're coming at it from a wholesome place for it to fix the story, that's cool. But if they're coming at it from like a business aspect where they're just trying to appeal to everybody,
right. What
it
I'm
doesn't
trying
make
to say
sense.
is it's hit or miss.
If you're
it's
trying
hit
to
or miss
force
for
it,
sure.
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at it, like I said, from a wholesome, creative aspect, comics have
organically it comes out good.
Yes, comics have always been changed.
Yes, and it works out good.
They're never the same. They're never the same.
It's like with Fury, right? When I was growing up, when I was a little kid, Fury was a white guy. But as I got older, they changed Fury to a black guy, and I love it. That's actually the character I prefer.
Yeah, because I think of Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, and that character's always been.
Before Samuel L. Jackson, the first Nick Fury I
he
ever
embodied
going
Fury.
back.
They're both
going
Fury.
back to that animated movie.
Yes.
Well, that was the first time I ever seen Nick Fury. And then, of course, I played Ultimate Alliance.
And that was before Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
That character was drawn before Samuel L. Jackson was even that character.
Right.
So, and he stepped into that character.
And he just so happened to look just like him, But, what's it called?
But both characters are Fury.
Sometimes it works as a character redesign.
It does.
From a wholesome place,
And sometimes, like he says, when you force it, then it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
No. Even if you need to cast somebody if you need to recast somebody, if you need a different race of dude to fit the mold better, it works. Like I want to say from Cowboy Bebop, the other dude, I don't know if he's a white dude or Japanese, but they made him a black guy, and he looks just like the dude from the cartoon. Sounds just like him and everything. So. Or Kingpin from Daredevil.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I can't really comment too much on it, because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's a hit or miss. Sometimes you're going to hit it out of the park. Sometimes you're going to strike out with it.
So hopefully they nail this female Silver Surfer, and as long as she has like some swag with her steps, she's gonna do good. I think.
Dude. All my concerns about whatever people were talking about, it went out the window. And then sometimes, especially when it comes to Marvel, sometimes the fans take that shit way too serious. Like the little changes. Like some shit I understand. Like some of the Disney shit, like that Disney does with their fucking movies, some of that shit's fucked up. Like those characters don't even look like the characters. They don't even embody the characters. You know what I mean? But at least when Marvel does it, a lot of times it ends up being okay. And the fans make it sound worse than it is. Like,
yeah, the only times we would complain about that is like we were saying the dude in Civil War, when he's just like a regular dude instead of giving him like that
giving him the purple hood and stuff. Yeah, dude. Like
I even think Agent's homie, the one who dies, he also has another costume, and they just made him a regular soldier.
Yes, they do that. They get these villains and they just make them like regular dudes instead of like it's incorporating any of their backstory. X-Men First Class did the same thing with, I think his name is Sebastian.
You can't just adopt the comic elements of one spot and then not here.
Right.
You already got Vision who's flying through walls and shit and doing the most obscure shit.
Fantastic Four looks good.
You're gonna tell me a homie with the purple ski mask is gonna look out of order? Like, nah.
No, yeah, you gotta stay true to continuity, like, cause then you make the villain boring.
Right.
You make the villain boring, like.
Yeah, but hopefully, I think Fantastic Four is gonna be good.
Superman's got Superman better watch out. He's got competition, cause the Fantastic Four look fantastic.
Fantastic Four. You guys better keep a lookout.
You guys better watch out, cause I mean, they're probably gonna body Superman, to be real. We've been saving the trailer, cause we're gonna do another video on that later. But we're gonna, cause we're big Superman fans too. But I don't know, man. Fantastic Four looks too fucking good.
Fantastic Four. And then I think for Reed, you could just cast anybody that looks smart and has a faith.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't need to be.
And then Franklin Richards, dude, Franklin Richards is coming in the game. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, dude. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Is that gonna be part of the X-Men
I was
saga,
gonna
or part
say,
of the
are they
Mutant saga,
gonna?
or what?
Are they gonna? Is she pregnant already?
You didn't pay attention to the trailer,
She
huh?
is, huh? Because
Yeah.
they weren't gonna tell the team yet, huh?
Yeah, dude.
So that's what I was wondering. They're jumping already into the whole dismembering the team aspect, and
This is about to get real.
and Galactus.
Yeah, this is about to get
Usually
real.
that's after Doom.
I've been happy with MCU so far because they actually have more or less a clear plan. You know what I mean? Or
And they stick to their guns. That
and
was
then you
our
stick
whole
to your
problem
guns.
with Star Wars and
because
DC.
fuck the fans. Like if the fans don't like it, just follow through because you're gonna make fans. Like we say, when you try to make everyone happy, you make no one happy. You're better having some kind of divided fan base. Because like we said with the Star Wars stuff, you'll unite the fan base. You'll unite them to hate your fucking ass.
For sure.
So you're better off having them divided. You want that polarization.
Yeah, you
want that.
You'll have fans that only like the comic material, and you'll have fans that love the movies. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing's gonna be, especially this is a whole different universe. It's not gonna be like those comic books.
And you guys have already established that from, like we were saying, Spider-Man and all the other adaptations you guys have done.
Yeah, we just wanted to give some shine to the Phase 4 and brag about these new trailers because we're excited about the future.
We just
kind
of wanted to put a little bit of end to the hate of all the Fantastic Four stuff, and we just want to say if it's ass, we'll hate on it with you guys. Best believe we're coming with a video.
And if it's legit, if it's like legitimate. Like if there's a reason to be hating, or if
you guys gotta give it a chance first,
and you gotta have a damn good reason to hate. Because if you're gonna hate, you better have a good reason. Because we'll hate.
Oh,
if there's a good reason, we'll be haters.
We made like a 25-minute video hating on Star Wars.
But the thing is,
and that's one of our favorite franchises.
We're not.
If you're on Mortal Kombat,
if you don't have enough reason to hate, we're gonna come at you too.
Yeah.
So you better have some legitimate shit, because a lot of times fans fuck it up for everybody because they're crying by bitching about little shit, And we're the same way, but we bitch about shit that matters.
Yeah, I mean, you nitpick at all the little shit, then they're gonna fuck
don't let all your
shit.
fucking politics and all your bullshit get involved into your entertainment. Sometimes it does. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it does, because there's a lot of things that happen with some of my favorite characters in the comics even that bother me. But
that we don't agree with.
That I don't agree with.
And you're gonna get a video on it.
Yeah,
So, what's it called? Yeah, no, we understand the hate. We're not saying it's not warranted. We're just saying, comment down below why you hate it. You can't just hate blindly just because you haven't given it a chance yet.
And just because things are a little bit different, like you gotta learn to grow sometimes with things.
And if it's ass, like I said, best believe we'll come at it with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta give it a chance first.
Yeah.
So let's give this a chance together, you guys. And we'll see you guys next episode.
Bueno! Fantastic Four, baby.